Introduce our speaker this morning, Michael Williams Jr. He is one of the most sought after motivational speakers, ministers, and teachers when it comes to recovering from substance use disorders and criminal lifestyles. On the mission to change the lives of struggling ones, Michael himself has struggled with a substance use disorder and criminal lifestyle for over 22 years. Wow. I'm going to clap on that because you know what? When we go through stuff like that, he's here with us today. And so that's exciting. Thank you, Michael. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. However, he has turned that into an inspirational journey from substance use disorder to a 10-time published author, certified alcohol and drug counselor. Yes. Certified peer recovery specialist, co-founder of the Minor Adjustment Program, and also the regional director for NJAPA of which is the NADAC New Jersey affiliate. Is that right? Yep. Okay, NADAC. Okay. Michael is also very inspirational and motivational and aims to help the ones looking for a way out from substance use disorder and criminal lifestyle. So, Michael, you got to come on up here, bro. Let us have it. So we give you a right. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm literally always, I love the belonging part. Because like she just said, for 22 years of me struggling with crack and heroin and coming out of that, I always felt like I didn't belong. When I knew I had something inside of me, I just was going through whatever I was going through. So today we're here with my beautiful wife, Lynell. She always cry when people say that because all those 16 and 17 rehabs she took me to.
Wow. Amen.
Woo. Backbone.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do
And we give you a hand. Yes.
Yeah, we do.
In spite of everybody telling her what I was, she would say, no, what's in him. And
Come on.
Yes.
so it's personal with what I do. She saw what was in me, not what I was going through.
Yes.
And even though everybody say if that was me, I wouldn't have been with you. And I said, that's why I didn't marry you. That's exactly why I married her. So with that, man, we're gonna want to get into these slides, and because we're gonna stay on time, and I'm not gonna finish the whole slide, but if you have your phone, if you text at the number 77411. The number 77411. Text the word minor adjustments. You'll get the PowerPoint sent to you, and you'll also get a 77411. 77411. That's the number. And the message you want to text minor adjustments with an S. Minor adjustments. And you'll get also a link because I do online courses. Carlita took my course online. This course that I'm teaching now, I'm only going to get through a few different slides, but I sent y'all a link, and it's a free link to the course that y'all can, once y'all get the link, y'all have to register because I made it free because it only stays free for a period of time. So you don't have to do it now, but when you get out of here, register your account on there so you can have it in your cart checked out. It's free because I'm not going to get through all of it, and I want you to get the whole course. Everybody got it? 77411. Did it come to you?
Oh, that's what it is.
You got it? 77411. That's the number. If you text the number 77411 and the message is minor adjustments with an S, you'll get it'll say you got a free course, a link to a free course, or you can download the PowerPoint. The reason why I'm telling you that, because I already know, because of time restrictions, I'm not going to be able to pour everything into you, and I want you to get it. And also the link for the free course, you can go to it, but register when you get the chance. Register because I can only make it free for a limited amount of time, all right?
Okay.
The number 77411. The message, and when you type the message at, you put minor adjustments, like here on the screen, with an S.
Nice.
And it should all come to you. Did everybody get it? It came to
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
You sowing good seeds.
Yes. And so again, everybody who just came in, my name is Michael Mickey Williams Jr. This is my wife, Linnell. For 22 years, I struggled with heroin, and she stuck by my side to see the fruit of all her labor. So that's why everybody say, why your wife can get anything? I said, why she can get anything?
That's right. That's right.
There's no limit on what she can have. So minor adjustments, I'm going to go through it. So true leadership is an attitude that naturally inspires and motivates others, and it comes from internalized discovery about yourself. The self-discovery of your inherent leadership potential and understanding of who you are and what you are meant to be are the keys to fulfilling your purpose from existence as a leader. So you want to understand, like, when we think about leadership, we first have to look within us. Like, we are all, I'm not trying to say we all have different titles. I always like to use the word addiction-focused professionals, because I don't want to belittle a person's title that they want to get. I don't want to do that at all. I'm just saying we're all together, no matter what degree you got, what degree I got, none of that. I just want to, when I use the term addiction-focused professional, I am respecting everyone's title. All right? So here, this is one of my big things with me. I think about servant leadership. And the reason why I say servant leadership is a philosophy built on the belief that the most effective leaders strive to serve others. Because a lot of times we think power. I don't need power. I want to be a servant. Prime example for those who was in here, when the gentleman introduced me, I passed the flyers out. That's personal.
Right.
I'm the speaker, but I'm passing out my own stuff.
Yes.
That's something that has to be in you. If you are a leader, I have some recovery coaches who I have to supervise. Before I ask them to do anything, I do it. So when I ask them to do it, they say, man, wait a minute. He already did it. So it's easier to get them to do something in a leadership position by demonstrating it. So when I talk about leadership, you can go ahead, babe. So some of the learning objectives, I'm not going to get to it all. Remember, I sent y'all the PowerPoint because of time, this lesson that I do is 8 keys. I'm only going to give you 3. So that's going to leave you 5. That's why I sent it to your phone, because I want you to be able to digest it later and say, oh, this goes, because everything I do, I build upon.
Right.
Okay.
So I want you to get everything, okay? Go ahead, Apple. Oh, Apple was my wife, sorry. I call my wife Apple as a nickname now. Everybody call her Apple. So everybody say, I must have an introduction. Say, I must have an introduction. The reason why I say you must have an introduction as a leader is because the new you must introduce themselves to the old you. It's always, as a leader, as an addiction-focused professional, it's always you versus you. Am I the best version of myself? I tell my coworkers all the time, you having a bad day? I said, you should have stayed home. Because if you bring the bad attitude in here, and we're helping clients, remember, we're servants. We're all serving other people. Right. If I know, Michael, you having a bad day. Michael, use sick time. Use a day off. It's always you versus you. You must have an introduction, because the old me was functioning off of old patterns. When I used to use drugs, I'm not the person who's using drugs now. I'm a drug counselor.
Come on.
So if I function off of what I was doing when I was actively using, it won't work this way. Right. Now I can relate to other individuals, and you thinking as the leader is always you versus you. I don't care what organization you work for. Say it. Because the organization, department head can be having a bad day. Okay, that ain't me. That's you. It's always you versus you. You got to remember. Everybody say it's me versus me. So the reason why I say you must have an introduction. Back in the day, Jay-Z had a song, right? I don't remember the name of the song. All I remember this part, it came on. He says, please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is, come on. Everybody say, I must have an introduction. So what Jay-Z was letting individuals know is that I'm no longer the Jay-Z that sold drugs. I am now the Jay-Z that is a businessman. So Jay-Z said, man, wait a minute. Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is... So the reason why he had to reintroduce himself is because they was looking at him as the same person that he used to be. As leaders or addiction-focused professionals. Sometimes our clients start to think we are this person or we all, and you say, you know what, we having a group today and I need to reintroduce myself. Now, when y'all leave here, y'all going to change some of the things how y'all do it. It's going to, but you got to remember, it's an introduction. It's okay, yeah, because they're going to bring up, you know how many people come to me and say, yeah, I remember when you used to do crack, you used to do heroin. Some of them say, is that the same guy? I said, yeah, but that's not me. I'm a totally different individual. So the next one, it says, what's your mission? An important goal or purpose that is accompanied by a strong conviction. Every organization, because we all work for different organizations, has a mission. The reason why you can ask Ms. Carlita, I'm big on mission, because if you don't know my mission, you can't really participate in what I'm trying to do.
That's right. Yeah.
So I went to my department heads and I said that, what's your mission? What are we trying to do?
Exactly.
So they says, now if you look at my job, everybody has this mission statement in their office. And I said, because if you can find out what's the organization's mission, now you find out what part can I play to fulfill the mission. But I don't care if you're the boss or nothing. When you go back, you tell them, listen, what's the mission of this organization? And everybody need to have the mission, because a lot of people are just existing and not following the mission. Like, for instance, minor adjustments. Minor adjustments is dedicated to preventing and reducing crime. Our primary purpose is to teach men and women how to make minor adjustments that are necessary in their lives, which will allow them to obtain and maintain a productive lifestyle after incarceration and or rehabilitation. Our motto is anywhere but backwards.
All right.
That's our mission.
Amen.
Anybody that come alongside of us, you need to know our mission. And when we dealing with our clients, peers, whatever terminology you use, thanks Carlita, whatever terminology you use, right? We always tell them our same message is, I'm going to give y'all braces, anywhere but backwards. So no matter what method you use, no matter if you on MAT or you believe in whatever, I know our mission is to make sure you don't go backward.
That's right.
So that's what we stick on. But if you don't know the mission, so remember, everywhere you at, organization has a mission. If they don't have a mission, you be the one, because it's in you to create it.
That's right. That's right.
Don't never discount yourself and think they don't have it. Well, if it's on your mind, your spirit to have a mission for this organization, you bring it to them and present it to them. If they don't receive the mission, it's possible that's the mission for your program, but I'm going to leave that alone. Learn how to use,
Come on, Mike.
learn how to use your past to push you into your destiny. So a lot of us, everybody say everybody has a past. So we can either, I saw something and they were saying you can allow the past to hold you or push you.
Or launch you.
Everybody has, as addiction-focused professionals, our past. At my particular place where I work at, a lot of people are stuck on the past regime. Every time we're in the meeting, they say, well, when such and such was the supervisor, this is how they did it. When such and such was I said, man, that's the past. Let's push us into something forward. Like the doctor said, we moving.
We moving.
Yeah.
We got to think, as addiction-focused professionals, whatever happened in the past, I'm not saying throw it away or don't discredit it. Like I said, I give everybody credit where their titles are. But we got to use the past to push us. Even the boss that hired me, when they hired me as a counselor, she says, we're going to hire you, pay for you to go to school to be a certified drug and alcohol counselor. She's no longer with us. Great woman. She says, but I'm telling you right now, once you get certified, you ain't got to stay here. And the reason why she said that, because she was gone. But she said, don't let your past, her, keep you stuck.
That's right. That's right.
She said, let that push you. So you got to remember, whatever happens as you being the leader and you're functioning, I want you to remember, let whatever happened in your past life at your organization, let it push you. Don't let it, don't let it hold you and get stagnant. And two words right here is position. Position is important when we're dealing with our recoveries, is because we want to try to put them in a position to succeed. If we don't put them in the right position to succeed, some people don't have what's needed to go to the next level. So we got to put them in the right position. I had a guy, he called me, and the counselor he had before kept sending them to NA meetings, right? So he wasn't getting it. So I sat down and I said, can we have a one-on-one session? Can I talk to you? So he says, I kept telling my counselor I wanted to go to a faith-based meeting. So I said, that's why he wasn't getting it. He needed to be in a position for him to succeed. So if we put him in the wrong position, of course it's not going to work.
Right.
So I said, so why was you going? He said, he kept putting it in my treatment plan. But he wasn't putting it in the counselor's grade. I just said, you got to understand, I use everything as a learning lesson. I said, position. You got to put them in the right position. And another one when we're dealing with our recoveries, where it talks about progressive happening or developing gradually or in stages. We have to understand that. I have sometimes people say, man, I don't know why this is not happening in this person's life. Sometimes it takes time. I say, how I know that? My whole life.
Right.
It took time for it to manifest in my life. All the times that my wife told me, you are a strong man, you can do it. And all that time, it took time. And you need somebody to come alongside you. So I'm telling you this because all the stuff I learned as a recovery coach and a counselor, that while I'm working with my clients, that I got to understand it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time. And if we always have that, because we can get discouraged. Trust me.
Yes.
It get discouraging when you helping somebody and they keep going back. It get discouraged. But you get up the next day, and then this happens to me all the time. I'll get a phone call. Hey, man, I just wanted to tell you I'm doing good. I'm in the program. I said, man, you just sparked me back up.
That's right.
I got 5 people that relapsed. This one person called. I said, I got my second win. That happens to all of us. But we got to remember those words. Putting them in position and progressive. That some things happen over time. That person that calls you and reached back out to you, that was personal for you. That was to keep you encouraged as the addiction-focused professional. We all need that. Okay. This, I want to talk about, it says, we leave at 11, right? Okay, I got time to do 2 more. You must realize that your purpose is greater than your struggle. And the reason why this is, I got one of my, they said I'm a 10-time published author. One of my books is called My Purpose is Greater Than My Struggle. And the reason, I know that personally, because every struggle I had was not going to stop the purpose that I'm living now.
Right.
I didn't know that then. I realized it later. But I'm saying that as an addiction-focused professional to let you know, you didn't get in this field because it's a lucrative, you get paid a lot of money. It was only one thing to get a person in this field, and it's purpose.
That's right.
And I need you to know, no matter what you go through, your purpose is greater than any struggle that you might come across as an addiction-focused professional. The purpose that you got whenever you get discouraged, always resort back to why I get in it. Because most of the things that came my way as an addiction-focused professional was trying to get me away from helping. Remember, I said serving.
Right.
It's trying to discourage me because I'm trying to help another human being.
That's right.
And that's not just me, that's you. But you got to always remember your purpose is greater than your struggle. Inside every apple, there's something greater in it. What that means is, if I took the skin of the apple, went outside, buried the skin in some good soil, you won't produce the greatness that's in the apple. If I took the pieces you can eat, bury it, you still won't produce the greatness that's in the apple. But you'll come across an apple that's called the
core.
When you break through the core, you get to the seed. That's you. Everything you need to succeed in life is inside you. Everything we need to be productive in life is inside you. Everything you need to be successful in life is inside you. But you got to break through the
Core.
Come on, you got it. You got it. You got to break through the core. You got to break through that core to get to that peace. That's the greatness in you. You're in this field. You're in this field. You're not in here for no reason. You're in here for a purpose. So whatever's trying to stop you from helping another person, you got to break through that core and say, no, everything I need to succeed is in me. Everything I need to be productive is in me. Everything I need to be successful is in me.
That's right.
That's what I call an inside job.
That's right.
In my book, My Purpose is Greater Than the Struggle, one of the chapters in there is called It's an Inside Job. And everybody say, where did all that stuff come from? And I said, inside.
Yeah.
When I was on crack, it was in there.
Yeah.
Come on. When I was in prison, it was in there. I just had to break through that.
Core.
That's right.
This is as addiction-focused professional. Remember, y'all got in this field for a purpose. Whenever you feel discouraged, whenever things don't seem to be right, I need y'all to always remember that. Man, hold on. Everything I need is in me. It's trying to stop you. Remember, go back to the servant. It's trying to stop you because you have the heart to help another man or woman. If I can't stop them that's out there, if I can stop the person that's trying to help them, that's why we go through so much.
Wow.
That's why you like, why it seems like I'm going through all this? Why I'm going through this? Oh, I know why you're going through it. Because you're not selfish. You're trying to help another person.
That's right.
So you got to remember, everybody say my purpose is greater than my struggle. So here, each of you, it says, this is a Bible verse that I love, 1 Peter 4:10. It says, each of you have received a gift, a particular spiritual talent. That means that everybody got it.
That's right.
Everybody has a particular talent, the way you use it, the way you talk, the way you look, the way you smile. You got something. Something. Everybody has a particular talent, and that talent is the thing that it tries to separate you from helping the other person. Remember, it's about helping people. I have been so blessed in my life, and every time my motive is always to help another person, even if the person don't realize I'm trying to help them.
That's right.
Yep.
My motive is to help individuals. To maximize your purpose, you must ask yourself 3 questions. What's my present situation? What's my desired destination? And that right there said, what steps in between? And the reason why I said that is because my wife right here, when I was in rehab, I told her, or I start writing down my program that I run right now, the Minor Adjustments Program. And I was calling it the Mighty Men and Women of God. I didn't have the name right? But the pattern, what to do, while I was in rehab, I was thinking, how can I come back to help them? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Shit, I'm in the program. Remember I told y'all, it's you versus you. I'm in rehab, writing curriculum for how to come back and help the men and women in rehab. So that was my present situation. I was there. My desired destination was to come back there. They said, man, they always say I had officers. Detectives said you're going to always go to jail. They just didn't know I was going to go back to help the people. They was prophesying, talking, but they just didn't know that I was going to come back that way. So my desired destination was to help the people that was just like me. So the question was, what do I got to do to do it? So wherever you have, when you have a desired destination, you got your present situation. You have a desired destination. Now you got to figure out what I got to do to make that come. And that's all I did. The first thing I had to do was not go back. First thing I said, Michael, you can't use.
That's right. No matter what. No matter what.
So as addiction-focused professional, this is a good strategy. I use it with my clients' treatment plans and everything. They say, man, hold. They say, where you get this from? I said, yeah, this evidence-based. They said, where's the evidence?
Living proof. Right?
They said, that's evidence-based. I tell my clinical supervisor all the time, I said, absolutely. So I tell my clients, this is your present situation, you're in the program. What's your desired destination? What's your goal?
Right.
So when I say the goal, we set our goal, we put the goal together. Now we need to know how we're going to get to that goal. You want to get your house, you want to get your stuff in storage, you want to get your license. That's all part of treatment plan. And lastly, everybody say, I must surrender.
Surrender. Man.
William Booth says the greatness of a man's power is in the measure of their surrender. And the reason why, that's the founder of Salvation Army. The reason why that he says the greatness of a person's power is in their surrender is because we get so stuck on how things used to be that we might have been gifted to write new curriculum. So we stuck on the old curriculum and we don't want to introduce nothing new.
Right.
We need to surrender. We're not discrediting the old.
That's right.
You have something in you, and I know it, that you probably just like, man, I want to release this, but you got to understand, the people who wrote the old curriculum was in that place you at right now. So a lot of us have gifts and talents to write new curriculum, but we just not stepping out on it. We have to learn to surrender and do something new. It's tough because we hold on to something old we want to keep, but our world is changing.
Yeah, it is.
And not only that, this is what I tell clients, me and my wife come to across this situation often. We go to programs, they say, man, before we even speak, man, we know all that recovery stuff. We know all that because they mastered that old. They mastered the 12 steps. They mastered CBT. They mastered everything. They mastered it. You come to do the group, they know everything. They know it because they've been through it so much, and we're not surrendering to the fact that we need to change.
That's right. Just shake it up a notch.
Minor adjustments.
That's good.
What's the hardest area for you to surrender? Give up, abandon, relinquish, or let go? I talk to some of my old veterans, counselors at work. They be like, man, they don't want to embrace MAT. They don't want to do no new career. We want to do. I said, I don't know if you know it or not, but this going to fly right over your head. But they moving right now. You either surrender that old way and embrace this new way, or you going to get stepped on.
Right.
But it's hard for people to let it go. Remember, the ultimate goal is to get them to the finish line.
That's right.
If you get to the finish line and we all celebrate, my wife we love the baton mentality. If I get you to the finish line, I pass you the baton, you go. You pass it to them, you go. I don't care.
That's the blueprint.
That's it right there.
Yeah. That's the hit.
It said, without surrendering, changing, we become predictable. I'm telling you, your clients, you come, yo, my clients come to group, they can run the group. They come in, I give them the paper, they like, I got it, Mr. Mike. Because we predictable. They know. They like, Mike, today I went in one day intentionally and said something wrong. I went in there and said, yeah, we on step 4 today. They said, no, we did 4 last week. I said, where your paper? He said, no, I know I'm not go. This is week 5 of the month. I was like, that's still good know the whole schedule. That's not just him, that's everybody. Because we become predictable. Autofill is a feature on the computer. If you punch in the computer, if you purchase something online, right? And you order with your credit card, if you close it out, if you go back to there again to try to log in, your credit card will start to appear.
Right.
That's called autofill. It's trying to predict you're going to use the same card you used last time.
Right.
That's how we have become. If we don't change, if we don't surrender and change and come up with new ideas and get real, come up with new strategies, we become so predictable, just like autofill. You want to use the same credit card you used last time, right? No, I want to use a different one. That was maxed out. I know. One of the key obstacles to surrender is pride. The good news, there's a known cure called. A lot of times as addiction-focused professionals, we don't want to change because we get so conditioned in our ways of doing it that we just say, I'm not changing. I'm not surrendering to the fact that we might have to do literally minor adjustments.
Right.
You don't have to change it all.
Right.
You just need to tweak. You just need to, just a little bit. Because I'm telling you, our clients, participants, or whatever, we became so predictable that they come in knowing what you're going to do. I told one of my clients the other day, I said, yo, I'm about to do a urine stream. He said, no, man, you do my urine on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I said, man, I changed it up. You Tuesday and Thursday this week. He said, man, I refuse. He done used because I was so predictable. He done knew when to use, when not to use. He said, I said, no, I switched it. Because he thought Monday, Wednesday, Friday might be my own. He came in, he said, man, I refuse, man. Even though he know refuse is still considered it being, right. Come on, you got it. Right. In closing, I'm gonna stop. In closing, a granddaughter was at home with her grandfather and the grandma, and the grandmother got rushed out the house, had to go out the house because it was a big accident. So they called all the nurses and everybody to come in to the hospital to help with this big accident. So she went to the grandfather and said, "You got to watch your granddaughter." So the grandpa said, "All right, I got it." So the mom left, the granddaughter was in the house. So the Pop was in the office. He's trying to prepare a sermon for that Sunday. All he hears is the granddaughter running around the house. So he's sitting in the office saying, I got to slow this chick down. I can't prepare this sermon and watch this baby. So he had a paper on his desk, and the paper was a picture of the globe, like the world. So he tore the paper up, made it into like a puzzle, went out there and said, "Come here, little girl." She said, "What?" He said, "Here, this is a puzzle. You know what the world look like?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "Put this puzzle back together, and I don't want to hear you move until you put this world back together." So she said, "Okay, Pop, I got it." So about 5 minutes goes past. He hear the granddaughter running around the house again. He come out there and say, "Girl, get over here. Didn't I tell you, don't move until you put this puzzle back together?" And she said, "Yeah, Pop, and I did. It's right there." So when the pastor looked at the puzzle, it was all put back together. So he asked the granddaughter, "How is it possible for you to put this puzzle back together so fast?" She said, "It was easy, Pop. I just put the man back together." You see, on the picture, on the back of that puzzle was a picture of a man. She saw the man's arms, she saw the man's legs, she saw the man's torso, and she says, "If I put the man back together, I'll put the world back together." And the only reason I'm telling y'all that as addiction-focused professionals is because your purpose is to help individuals put their lives back together. If we help them put their lives back together, well,